Okay, Monday friends. Today I have to go running, which I don't want to do, but at least it's not raining for the first time in several days, so that's ideal. Okay, also I need to go to the post office to send off the Christmas cards we made yesterday. Well, I was like going through it, and I'm sending, you know, a couple domestic cards, a couple sort of UK based cards, but the vast majority of them are like America, Australia, China, like Europe. Like, okay, then we have to take books to the Greyhound Rescue charity shop. So I have a vast pile of books that I've read and need to get rid of, and they just sort of like pile up in the corner. But I was watching Doris last night at Aldi Books, and she was like trying to slough off some stuff for the new year, you know, slough off like minor commitments she's made herself, you know, like hobbies wise, or like you know, projects wise, but also physically she's like getting rid of like physical books in her house that she's already read and stuff. And that reminded me I need to also do that, so we're gonna do that. Okay, and then we gotta go town. Like, this is a work day, mind. I need to also do work, but I did quite a lot of it last night, like at midnight. Like, that's me. That's how I like to do it. Okay. But then we need to go town. We need to do a bit of Christmas shopping, also a bit of clothes shopping, minor clothes shopping, and then we gotta get Spud from school and take her to cheerleading. And then while she's at cheerleading, I'm gonna go shopping for food. I was watching Karen, a roving reader, and she went to Aldi recently, and I forgot there is an Aldi by the cheerleading. Sometimes I go there to poo, I won't lie to you. But you can also go there to shop, and it's been a while, so I'll give that a go. Also need to go Sainsbury's, just, you know, bread, life. Okay, onward for this day, this Monday. So, sitting in my car, right, taking this budget chair, and I'm listening to my audiobook, which is Amongst Our Weapons, which is a Rivers of London book by Ben Aronovich. And I start to think, I'm like, which one is after this one? Like, what's the next book in this line? Like, I can't place it. I'll have to check it. I've just checked it. There is no other book. This is the end of the line, friends. And I don't know how I feel about it. Like, obviously, I was going to come to this point sometime, but I'm just not prepared. Like, I know there are 2 graphic novels for the series and also a novella as part of this after this one, but they're like side story type things, you know, they only add to the story, they're not the main story. I'm basically gonna have to now be one of these people that has to wait like a year or more for the next one to come out in order to know what happens. I can't just pick up the next one straight away. Like, I didn't need this today. I didn't need this huge setback. Like, I'm just not emotionally prepared. Anyway, we're on our way to Sainsbury's to get some shopping. I need some food to get for various things, like not just for work and stuff, but also I made a huge mistake of asking James if he needed anything, because he is never one to, you know, let me down on a list. He sent me a full list, like in text form, so that I wouldn't forget anything. So that's the project for now. I want to sort of like blitz it though, you know. I want to kill this shop really quick so that I have enough time still before I have to get out from cheerleading to like sit in the parking lot and have a chat about some stuff. Have a light chat and a think and a bit of an audiobook session. I'm excited, but only if we do this quickly. It could take a while. Okay, I'm parked in the row with the sign for the collection point. Okay, I lost my car when I came here last time. I don't want to do that again. Okay, shall we have a chat? Light chat, okay? Today's chat, I was thinking, wait, I made notes on actual paper, not skin paper, okay? Reading challenges. Okay, so every year I do a crap ton of reading challenges. Like, why not? It's my vibe. I love it. I do Pop Sugar reading challenge every year. Like, I do other ones as well. Like, I did the Savage, like Simon Savage one this year. It was one to do with his mem, like his mem had one last year. Things like that. So, in terms of this year's reading challenges, okay, like sometimes I make it, sometimes I don't make it. Like last year, I think I was 2 or 3 books short of my Pop Sugar like challenge reading goal. For this year, I've nailed it. That's right. I am amazing. I nailed it all the way, and I already nailed it. I nailed it in November because I'm a beast. Okay, also, my Simon Savage one, he does one where it's like a book a month, you know, and it's like a prompt like, you know, one with a brother-sister relationship, or you know, stuff like that. And that one, so the December one, to be fair, I cheated lightly, just lightly. Like that one was read a book with a weather word in the title, which is really random, and I couldn't find any word, like any books I wanted to read that had that in the title for December. So I cheated a little bit. I went with the October man. Because I feel like October kind of like gives you a weather feeling, doesn't it? It's kind of like a weather word. Like an October day. When you say an October day, you're describing the weather, aren't you? That's what you're doing. You're not describing other stuff. Anyway, that's how yours. So I'm counting that one as done. Nailed that one as well. And then throughout the year, like I've nailed a bunch of little ones. And I nailed literally all the little ones that I tried. So a couple of years ago I tried to do Dowie-thon, and then the pandemic hit, and like Welsh literature is really intense and like grim and like just like very heavy, and it wasn't a vibe for that like pandemic situation, so I had to quit it. This year I nailed it. I read 10 okay Yeah. I read 10 Welsh books for Dewython in March. And then, for my Seattle book bingo, like I do a Seattle Public Library book bingo thing in the summer every year, which goes from like the beginning of June, so end of May, beginning of June, till September. And that's like a full square with one in the middle that's like a free square, so it ends up being 24 books. I nailed that right on time. Shorty September, 30 and 30, nailed that. Okay, nonfiction November, to be fair, it's only 4. But one of the years I did nonfiction November, I didn't finish it because I couldn't get through like my final book. Like, this year, I'm on fire. Okay, my Goodreads goal as well. Like, I only really ever do a Goodreads goal so that it'll track all of my books for the year in one place. Do you know what I mean? It sort of makes like the little icon thing of them all together if you establish a challenge. So I think I always just do, you know, 50 to 100 books-ish for the year. So I put it as 100 for this year, and I've read 146. Oh my god. I'm so excited for myself right now. Okay. But, I thought we'd talk about, as well, next year's book challenges. So, I've annihilated all these. I'm looking forward. And I think this might be the first year I don't do the Pop Sugar one. Like, I quite liked it at the beginning. And I liked the years that I did it. It's sort of like, it sort of varied my reading, you know? There was always some sort of prompt that pushed me out of my comfort zone or sort of like forced me to explore things I hadn't explored before. And I really appreciated that. But now I think it's all sort of the same kind of stuff. Like, it doesn't really push me anymore. Like, I'm already there. So I think I'm going to bin that one off. Go instead with a couple different things I don't normally do to sort of push myself again outside of things that I would normally read. So this year, I think I'm going to do the Naturalist Book Club with Doris and Heidi. So Doris does Aldi books and Heidi does My Reading Life. And they team up every year to do this like Naturalist Book Club where they lay out like a book per month. And this month I saw the ones that are going, and some months have 2 books going, and they always sort of like on the theme for that month. So like Black History Month, you know, there's a themed naturalist book for that month, you know, or sort of like Pride Month as well. Okay, so I'll do that one. Also, I think I'm going to start doing mid-month book bash, which is another thing that Doris does. Middle of the month, sort of like clear loads of her books at a weekend. And I think I'm going to sort of pair the two. Like, I'm going to do my naturalist book for that month in mid-month book bash if I can do. Okay, next thing. Karen, a roving reader, was on about recently in a Vlogmas video about indie press books, independent press. I love indie presses, especially Welsh ones, sort of like ones in Wales to do with Welsh authors and Welsh language and stuff. So I think there's a challenge on Storygraph already to do with independent press books. You read like 1 a month according to a prompt or something like that. So I think I'm going to do that one, and then also tie it in with the potential for also 1 Welsh language book every month. So I've tried to do this before. I've read a couple books in the Welsh language, but it takes me ages to get through them, and then by the time I'm done with them, I'm just exhausted and don't want to do any more. You know what I mean? But I think this year I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try really hard. I'm gonna start with really small ones, I think, or like special like learner ones, you know, like sort of silly ones like this, and then work my way up. But I want to do 1 a month if it works out. Do you know what I mean? Okay, I think those are my reading challenge plans for 2024. Like, what are your thoughts? Like, how do you feel about them? Do you have any reading challenges you're gonna do? I think I'm not the only person who does the Pop Sugar one. Is anyone gonna do it again this year? Like, when the list launches, they don't launch it until sort of like later in December. When it launches, it might be out now actually. Crap, I should look. I might just have a look at the prompts and see if they are just sort of the same stuff that they've done every year. If not, maybe I'll sort of think about it. But what are your thoughts? What are your plans? Are you gonna do reading challenges? Have you done reading challenges this year? How did you do? Okay, did you nail them? Are they maybe floating a bit? Are you stressed? Do you feel like you can still nail them if you hunker down? What's the vibe? Okay, another cheer moment just pulled up next to me and it's really weird. But I gotta go anyway. Gonna have a chillax with my snack. And if you've gotten this far, thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye.